Okay, everyone. So if you find a comfortable position for yourself, that might be either standing or sitting or lying down, most probably sitting and lying down. Take a minute to make certain that your back is well supported. Perhaps you need some pillows under your head, between your legs. Anything that will help you be comfortable for the next 10 minutes. Please don't forget that you can move. So if at any time you feel very uncomfortable and you want to move around, don't force yourself to stay where you are. Make certain also that you are in a space that feels safe. It's unlikely to get interrupted. If you get interrupted, it's normal, it's part of life. See if you can then get yourselves back to the practice. So don't worry too much about it. Also, make certain that your clothes, are loose enough. And please see this time as a time for yourself and time for nurturing yourself, for self-care. It is an opportunity to be by yourself and fully with yourself. So no forcing, just see what happens when you dedicate this time for self-care. Now, I will invite you all, if you feel comfortable to do so, to close your eyes, or else just lower and relax your gaze. At any time, at any part of this practice, feel free to either open your eyes or close them according to how you feel like. Okay. So we'll ask you now to take a few moments to get in touch with the movement of your breath and the sensations in your body. Just take a moment to do that. And when you're ready, bring your awareness to the physical sensations in your body, especially to the sensations of touch or pressure where your body makes contact with a chair or bed. And as you breathe, on each out breath, just allow yourself to let go, to sink a little deeper into the chair or bed. There is no right way to feel while you do this. The way you're feeling is fine. It's just the way you're feeling. Simply embrace it, giving yourself permission to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. Now, as you're settling in and you're getting ready for this practice, I will invite you to remember and remind yourself of the intention of this practice. Its aim is not to feel any different, relaxed or calm. This may happen or it may not. Instead, the intention of the practice is, as best as you can, to bring awareness to any sensations you detect. As you focus your attention on each part of the body in turn, it's only about building that relationship with our body. Very good, everyone. Now, please bring your attention just to the fact that you're breathing, not changing the breath in any way, but simply experiencing the air as it comes into and out of the body, becoming aware of the abdomen rising as the air comes into the body and falling as the air moves out of the body. Not controlling the breath in any way, rather just becoming aware of the natural rhythm and flow of the breath. Noticing that as the breath flows naturally, the abdomen lifts with each in-breath and falls with each out-breath. And just do that for a few moments. Having connected with the sensations in the abdomen, bring the focus or spotlight of your awareness down to the left leg, into the left foot, and out to the toes of the left foot. Focus on each of the toes of the left foot in turn, bringing a gentle curiosity to investigate the quality of the sensations as you find them. Perhaps noticing the sense of contact between the toes, or a sense of tingling, of pressure, warmth, or no particular sensation at all. When you're ready, and on an in-breath, feel or imagine the breath entering the lungs and then passing down into the abdomen, into the left leg, to your left foot, and out to the toes of the left foot. Then, on the out breath, feel or imagine the breath coming all the way back up, out of the foot, into the leg, up through the abdomen, chest, and out through the nose. As best as you can, continue this for a few breaths, breathing down into the toes and back out from the toes. It may be difficult to get the hang of this, but just practice this breathing into as best as you can. Just approach it playfully and with curiosity. Now, and when you're ready, on an out breath, let go of awareness of the toes and bring your awareness to the sensations on the bottom of your left foot, bringing a gentle investigative awareness to the sole of the foot, the instep, the heel. For example, noticing the sensations where the heel makes contact with the bed or the floor. Experiment with breathing with the sensations, being aware of the breath in the background, as in the foreground you explore the sensations of the lower foot. And if you will, now allow the awareness to expand into the rest of the foot, embracing the ankle, the top of the foot, and right into the bones and joints. Then, taking a slightly deeper breath, directing it down into the whole of the left foot, and as the breath left, go on the out breath. Let go of the left foot completely, allowing the focus of awareness to move into the lower left leg, to your calf, and your shin, to your knee, and so on in turn. Continue to bring awareness and a gentle curiosity to the physical sensations in each part of the rest of the body in turn. Moving to the upper left leg, your left thigh, your left hip, and moving across to your right toes, the right top of your foot, your right heel, your right ankle, your right calf, your right shin, your right knee, moving up to the upper right leg, your right thigh, your right hip, coming to your pelvis, and to your lower back. Moving up your spine into your upper back, between your shoulder blades. Moving your attention to the front, to your lower abdomen, to your full abdomen. And focusing now to your chest. And bringing your attention down to your left fingers, your left hand, your left wrist, your left forearm, your left elbow, your left upper arm, your left shoulder. Coming across to your right fingers, your right hand, your right wrist, your right forearm, your right elbow, your right upper arm, your right shoulder. On your clavicle bones, on your throat, around on your neck, to the top of your head, around your head, to your face. In each area, as best as you can, just bring the same detailed level of awareness and gentle curiosity to the bodily sensations present. As you leave its major area, breathe into it on the in-breath and let go of that region on the out-breath. If you become aware of any tension or any other intense sensations in a particular part of the body, you can play with breathing into them, using the in-breath gently to bring awareness right into the sensations, and as best as you can, have a sense of their letting go, releasing on the out-breath. Just play a little bit with this. The mind will inevitably wander away from the breath and the body from time to time. That is entirely normal. It is what minds do. When you notice it, gently acknowledge it, noticing where your mind has gone off to. And then gently return your attention to the part of the body you intended to focus on. Take a moment to scan your whole body in this way. And once you had an opportunity to scan the whole body in this way, spend a few minutes being aware of a sense of the body as a whole and of the breath flowing freely in and out of the body. Now, we're coming slowly to the end of this practice. And I will slowly ask you to start bringing your awareness to the rest of your body and expanding it. Seeing yourself as complete right now, the full body. Becoming aware of your position and the physical sensations. And also finding this moment as an opportunity to set your intention for the rest of this practice. Using your breath as a way of connecting with your body, using playfulness and curiosity instead of ambition and force. Slowly begin to wiggle your toes and fingers, drawing your attention out and expanding it to the room, to your position, and slowly allowing the light to bring you back to the room. Start becoming aware of the sounds around you. Bring in your mind where you are, where the rest of us are, and slowly, when you're ready, open your eyes or just return your gaze back to awareness. And also check with yourself what you need in this moment. If you need to, take a gentle stretch, move around, have a sip of water, just check in with your body what you need in this moment. Thank you, everyone. Is everyone doing well? If there are any issues, I will ask you to either unmute yourselves and let me know, or just enter it in the chat. Okay, lovely. Just a reminder of our practice today. I will not be checking with you to see what you're doing. My assumption will be at all times that you're doing the things that you need to do to keep yourself comfortable on this moment. If you need to take a break, take a break. If you need to come out or do less of a stretch, do that. If you cannot hold the stretch for as long as we're holding it, take breaks and perhaps do a few more repetitions. It's up to you how you want to use your time. Each stretch will be held about 30 to 40 seconds. This is because physiologically, this is where we get optimal benefit from a stretch. Having said that, every person is different. One joint might be particularly stiff or painful for you. You don't have to keep those times. So I won't be giving myself many repetitions. We'll be holding one thing for 30 seconds, but please feel free yourself to experiment with what works for you. The other thing that I will remind people is that we will be using our breath to facilitate the movement. So if you cannot follow that, don't worry about it. It's just one thing that can be helpful, but it is helpful if it doesn't stress you out. If it stresses you out, you can just ignore it. So before we start, what I will ask you all to do is just experiment with this. When we breathe in, try to make it for a count of 2 and see if you can lengthen your spine. Have a feeling of lengthening yourself. So breathing in for a count of 2 and see if you can lengthen yourself and then fully let everything go. And breathe normally. We're going to do that one more time. And when you breathe out, I will ask you if you can do it for a count of 4. I'll be using my fingers to indicate the times. So we breathe in, grow longer, breathe out, let everything ease, and we'll be using that for our stretches. So breathing in and breathing out. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start with some warm-up exercises for us. So feel free to stand up or sit down while we do any of those things. At any time, you can change your position. Fantastic. So let's start with any movement that you feel fit. For example, in this instance, I feel like standing up myself. I feel I've been sitting for too long. So we're just warming up for our stretches. Do any movement that is available to you. I'm being a bit silly, but you know, this is what I need to do right now for myself. Very good. And once everyone is ready, we will start from doing some rotations for our shoulders. So those are front rotations. Let's do about 10 of them. And then backwards. Again, let's do about 10 of them. Some of you might find out that you want smaller rotations. Some of you might find that you need bigger. And some of you might find over time this changes. Then we'll do the same thing, just swinging around. Remember, there's no ambition at this point. We're just doing it to warm up. Again, I'm doing about 20 of this, so 10 of each side. I've lost count, so it might not be 20. So let's hope it's about that. Again, ambition, we're just warming up. Very well, everyone. Now, as you all know, I love a hula hoop exercise, so we will be doing a hula hoop. If you're standing, it's these rotations with our hips, but you can also do it from sitting by moving your pelvis around from sitting. As so. As so. Very good. And let's do 10 clockwise. Remember, we're just warming up on this instance. So no ambition. Yeah? Do what feels for you. See how it might change over time. And then we go the other way around. So change the direction of your rotations. Very good. And now if you're sitting, you can swing your legs up and down as so. Or if you're standing, just, you know, freely kick your legs around. And let's do again about 10 seconds, perhaps, of this movement. And now let's go a little bit for the forgotten joints of our ankles and knees. So rotate your wrists. And if you're sitting, you can do your ankles also. If you're standing, obviously you can. So rotate your wrists one direction, then rotate your wrists in a different direction. If you hear cracklings and so on, don't worry, that is normal. And then let's do the same for our ankles. Sorry, my technology is not great, as you can see. So I'm trying to demonstrate as well as I can and move the camera around. And then the other direction of the ankle. If you're sitting, you might be able to do both ankles together. Make certain that you're safe and nobody tips over. Very good. So in a moment, we will start our stretches. So I will invite everyone, if you don't feel enough warmed up, just take the next minute to kind of do anything that you might need to kind of feel more ready. You might want to do things like raising your knees. You might want to do things like moving from side to the other. Just check with yourselves and do what you want to do. As I said, the next movements you can do from standing or sitting. Pick the position that you want. I will be demonstrating from sitting. Okay, we will start with our heads. And how we will work about it will be when we breathe in, we will grow longer. And when we breathe out, we will allow our head to drop to the front. So let's go together. Breathing in, growing taller. And breathing out on the count of 4, allowing our chin to drop towards our chest. We'll stay here for about 3 breaths. And I will ask you to see what happens if you don't force yourself. Also, what happens if you go too far, if you pull a little bit up, or even take a break and come into the movement again as it's good for you. Very good. In the next in-breath, I will ask you again to grow longer. And as we're breathing out, slowly roll yourself out, up, and come into the middle position. As you're in the middle position, I will call this the neutral position. And each time, please check with yourselves how you're doing. If you need to take a break and set your intentions of how ambitious or not ambitious you want to be, or gentle with the next movement. Check what your body tells you that it needs. Again, breathing in and growing taller. When we breathe out, we're going to look up and allow our heads to drop to the back. How does that movement compare to the previous one? How does it feel on your own body? Again, we'll be staying here about 3 breaths. And I will ask everyone again to experiment with allowing gravity and relaxation to do the job for them. If they get a lot of discomfort, experiment with taking breaks or coming up. In our next in-breath, again, try to grow longer even from this position and find the length. And when you breathe out, slowly roll yourselves up into the middle position, always checking with yourselves. The next movement will be taking our right ear towards our right shoulder. So we breathe in, growing taller, and when we breathe out, we allow our right ear to relax towards our right shoulder. And I will ask again, as we stay here for 3 breaths, to see what happens if we just allow gravity to do its job. Check for any sensations as we did with our body scans. And to see if you can breathe into those sensations. Very good, everyone. In the next in-breath, again, see if you can grow longer even in this position. And find the length. And then on your out-breath, gradually roll yourself up. Check again how you're feeling. And set your intentions for the other side. So breathing in, growing taller. And breathing out, allowing everything to relax and settle left ear towards left shoulder. See what happens if you follow what your body is telling you right now that it wants to do. What changes over time. Also, what happens when we don't follow an idea of how far we should be going, but just do the movement as the body feels right at this moment of time. Very good, everyone. In the next in-breath, again, try to find the length even in this position and see if you can lengthen yourself. And as you breathe out, roll yourself up slowly. Very good. Now for the next movement, we will be turning our head first to the right, coming to the middle, and then to the left. Here we don't have gravity as much, so we need to find the leeway and use our previous experience of how that leeway feels within our own spine. So breathing in, growing longer. And when we breathe out, allowing ourselves to move towards our right side, perhaps looking over our shoulder if that is available. And as always, experimenting and saying that if we went too far, whether because of stiffness, pain, any other sensation, do we need to come a little bit to the front? Do we need to take a break? What do we need? And in your next breath in, again, grow taller and find the length even in this position. And as you breathe out, come to the middle position. See how that experience felt and set your intentions for the left side. Breathing in, growing longer. And breathing out, looking over our left shoulder. If that is available, of course, to people. As I said, every stretch we will keep about 3 breaths. And also check with yourselves when you identify any sensations, if you can breathe into them. Very good, everyone. In your next in-breath, again, see if you can find the length even in this position and grow longer. And as you breathe out, roll yourselves to the front and allow everything to let go. Very good, everyone. So we finished with our stretches for our neck. We're going now to move to our torso area. And I have to say, I have a personal bias about being mindful in stretching this area because of our lifestyle. We don't in modern times move our torso as much and it becomes stiffer. And if it becomes very stiff, then the neck and the lower back take the hit, or even our shoulders. And notice what happens if you start bringing more flexibility and relaxation within your torso. Remember, flexibility is more a result of relaxation. You cannot force flexibility on elastic tissues. Think of a rubber band. If you force it, what will it do? It will just snap back. So you need to be slow and gentle. Fantastic. So the first movement will be to roll ourselves to the front. If we're rolling ourselves to the front, you can even use your arms to make it stronger, as so. So taking a deep breath and growing longer. And when we breathe out, roll your shoulders to the front, bring your chest in, let it sink in. And if it is available to you, even add the movement from your hands to see if you can really roll yourself and relaxing your chin where it wants to go. We'll stay another couple of breaths here, and I want to remind you, everyone, take breaks or pull out of a stretch when you find yourself going too far to what you were ready. And also notice what is happening to your shoulder blades, perhaps right now in your breathing. In the next in-breath, see if you can find the length here and make your spine even longer. And as you breathe out, first allow your arms to completely relax if you were using them, and then vertebra by vertebra, rolling yourself up until you can even look up. Fantastic. Now we will be doing the same thing, but opposite. We will be arching our spine. And if people want to do it, make it stronger, they can use their arms as so to make it stronger. So in our next in-breath, grow longer. And in the next out-breath, allow yourself to sink to the back, perhaps even using your arms. And see if you can find this lifting for your chest, looking up like a sunflower, allowing your head to drop where it feels comfortable or not drop if that's uncomfortable to you. We'll be here for another couple of breaths. See what sensations you can find. What is happening to your shoulder blades? What is happening to your breathing between your ribs? In your next in-breath, see again if you can find the length even in this position. And as you breathe out, roll your arms in, completely relaxing them, and then vertebra by vertebra, coming all the way up to your middle position. Just a kind reminder, the middle position is our checking position. So if you need to take a break, even if you need to do any movement to kind of make it easier on your back or anywhere else that you might have held some tension, please do those things. You don't have to follow exactly what everybody else does. This is anyhow a stretching class. Very good, everyone. So now we're going to move to our sides, but again, we will focus more on our torso rather than our waist on the first instance. Think of your ribs almost like an accordion. So when we go to the right, you want to bring your ribs together on the right side and opening them on the left, and then vice versa. You can also use your hands to make that movement stronger, if that is available to you. So breathing in, growing taller, And if it is available to you, bringing your hands on your shoulders. And as we breathe out, allow your ribs to come together on the right side. We allow them to come together. We're not using force. We're using only curiosity. Curiosity is our friend. See what happens. And if curiosity and what happens tells you, you went a bit too far, come up again. If it tells you you need a bit of a break, do that. See what is right for you. One more breath here. And seeing what happens also with time. Can we go further? Do we need to come up? That's what happens. And in our next breath in, again, you find the length even in this position if you can. And in your breath out, you let go of your arms to fully relax them and gradually, vertebra by vertebra, coming to the middle position. Setting your intentions now on your left side based on your right hand experience. So breathing in, growing taller, and bringing our hands to our shoulders, and then breathing out, allowing our ribs on the left side to come together and open on the right side. Perhaps take a moment to notice how it compares to your right side and how our sides can be different. Notice what is happening to your breathing, to your lower back, to the rest of your body even. See if you can breathe into any sensations. Never forget no ambition, take breaks, pull out when you need to. And in our next breath in, again, see if you can find the length even in this position. And when you breathe out, let go of your arms and hands. And then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, bring yourselves back into the middle position. Very good, everyone. Now we're going to fall back. When we fall back, I will ask you to either use the back of the chair to support you, if you want to do that. You might not want to, so pick what you want. And if you're standing, you might want to use your hands on your hips to push forward, or even on your head. I'll be demonstrating again from sitting. So what we will be doing is falling backwards. So make sure you're safe. If it is available to you, or you want to support your hands with your head with your hands, please do that. So breathing in, growing longer, bringing our hands behind our neck if we need to. And when we breathe out, allowing everything to fall backwards. This needs to be comfortable. Even if there is any pain, any stiffness, it should feel like a good pain or stiffness, like something is releasing, that you're playing with it. We're not looking to ever force anything. Just enjoy the feeling of sinking, noticing any sensations. And if it is actually too hard on your body right now, take a break, come further up, do anything that you might need to do. Very good, everyone. In the next in-breath, grow yourself longer. And as you breathe out, vertebra by vertebra, coming to the middle position, and now letting your arms go. Very good, everyone. We're going to move a little bit also on our lower back to do a fold. If you're sitting, I will ask you to put your hands on your thighs to help you control the movement and how far you go. And if you're standing, I will ask the same thing. Again, put your hands on your thighs to help you control how far you go. I will be demonstrating again from sitting. Sorry, I'll just readjust the camera because I can see that you cannot see me very well. Okay, so hands on thighs, breathing in, growing longer. And when we breathe out, starting with our chin, allowing ourselves to roll to the front, gradually, slowly, without ambition. And just rolling ourselves where our body wants to go to. For me today, that is very low. I find that I can go very, very low, and that feels nice on my back and releasing. For somebody else, it might be different. If at any time you feel that you went too far, use your hands to help you roll yourself up a little bit. And then you can come back down if you feel like it, or take a break according to what you feel and come into the movement again if you want to. One more breath here. And in our next in-breath, see if you can find the length even in this position, starting from your hips all the way to the top of your head. And then on your breath out, slowly, vertebra by vertebra, even using your hands to help you out, start rolling yourselves up to the middle position. Very good, everyone. So now what I'm going to ask everyone to do is prepare themselves for a twist. All this we've done because we're hoping to do a movement that is very important for our body, which is twisting. We need to be twisting because we twist in our sleep, so we don't want to wake up every time, because we want to go to the toilet and clean ourselves, and also because we want to check foot traffic and all these normal activities. But also it's a very good internal stretch for our lungs, for our lymphatic system, for our thyroid. It's a very good movement to make, and if you prepare for it, hopefully it's an easy enough movement to make. Again, we always use curiosity, we don't use ambition. See what is available to you on this specific moment. Don't have to push through it. Just keep to what is available. Just doing it to any degree has a benefit. Okay, so breathing in, growing longer. And when we breathe out, we're going to fully relax our hands on our right side. We're not really twisting just yet. Just stay there for a moment. And in our next breath in, again, find the length in your spine. And as you breathe out, perhaps bring, if it is available, your right hand behind your chair and your left hand on your hip. If you're standing, both your hands behind your hips. And fully relax here. Now in our next in-breath, again, find the length up. And see if you can pull yourself a little bit further, or if the reverse, if you need to come a little bit more to the front. See what your body is asking you and go with that. You can always try to go further later on. Very good, everyone. In our next in-breath, again, grow longer. And as you breathe out and relax, see what your body tells you. Does it tell you I want to go further, or does it want to relax exactly where it is, or does it want to go to the front? Do that. Take a moment to notice what is happening to your breathing, your lower back, between your shoulder blades and your neck. Very good, everyone. Even if you're taking a break, just do those things as well. In your next breath in, breathe in and find the length even in this position in your spine. Bringing your right arm to the front and relaxing it fully. And as you breathe out, slowly returning yourself fully to the middle. Now check what you need, any type of warm-up, any type of movement, just to release any tension and prepare yourself and set your intentions for the left side. So breathing in, growing taller. And when we're breathing out, we just rest our arms and hands fully on the left side. Not turning yet, just that simple movement. And that might be enough for you today, actually. The next breath in, again, grow taller. And as you breathe out, bring your left hand behind your chair, or if you're standing, behind your left hip. And also bring the right hand on your hip. And when you breathe out, completely and fully rest in this position. In your next in-breath, grow longer. And see if you can pull yourself slightly to look over your left shoulder, if that is available to you. If it's not, just take the opportunity to fully rest on your out breath where you are. And we're fully resting here. No ambition, no pulling, just where our body wants to land. In our next in-breath, again, grow longer. And set your intention of where you want to go when you breathe out. And do that. And as you're breathing out, follow what your body needs on this instance, whether it is coming to the front, whether it is resting where it's at, or going a little bit further. Enjoy the sensations that you feel. See if you can breathe into them, regardless where you are. In your next breath in, grow longer and bring your left arm to the front, fully resting. And as you breathe out, slowly roll yourselves all the way to the front. That is a difficult movement, and thank you all for attempting it. Very good, everyone. So now that we liberated the movements with our spine, let's see what difference that might have made to our shoulders. So what I'm going to ask you is bring your hands together, and in our next breath in, grow longer, and raise with your breath your hands to where they want to go. If they can go all the way over your head, or for some people even further, do that. If they want to stop here, do that. If one arm is weaker than the other, see if you can help it with the other one. But go only where it feels natural and right for you. Notice what is happening to your upper back, to your lower back. See if you can find length in this position and not crush your back going backwards, but grow taller at all instances, moving. In the next in-breath, we find again the length in our spine, and our out-breath, we let everything go and relax. Well done, everybody. Now, we will do this one more time, and if that is available to us, we will see if we can also fall to the sides. So breathing in, raising our arms where they want to go. And when we breathe out, allowing our hands to fall on the back. If you couldn't go all the way up, just allow them to fall here, where they want to go, okay? And allowing them to fall to the back. And keeping that for a couple of breaths. And in our next breath in, finding the length, and see if we can bring our arms together to the front. And in our next breath in, again, finding the length. And when we breathe out, letting everything completely go. We will do this stretch now, starting from our right side. So, as you breathe in, finding the length on your spine and raising your arm where you want to go. If you can go up until your chest line, then that's it. And as you breathe out, allowing it to move towards your left side. If you can, in your next breath in, take hold with your left hand of your right elbow and see if you can move the arm a little bit more on the right side, and how does that feel on your shoulder blade. And just play with that and see where it wants to be pulled. For some people also, you might want to bend your elbow and push back in that way. One more breath here, just breathe into the sensations. And in our next breath in, grow taller, open your arm, and when you breathe out, allow it to come down and completely rest. And as you're in the middle position, do any movement that you need. Now we'll do the same on the left side, so set your intentions for that. Breathing in, growing longer, and bringing our left arm up to where it wants to go, and then moving it as we breathe out across to our right shoulder. Adding our right hand, if it is available to us, to facilitate further movement. And as you now normally breathing in and out, see if you want to bend even your elbow. Notice any sensations to your shoulder, blade on your shoulder, and keep on gently pulling your left arm towards your right shoulder. As always, if you go too far, just go less far or take a break according to what is right for you on this day. And in our next breath in, breathe in, grow longer, open your left arm, and then on your breath out, allowing everything to settle and rest to the middle, and also do any movements that you need to kind of take any tension away. Now we'll do some stretches also for our wrists, and I will ask you to breathe in and grow longer. Bring your right arm to the front with the wrist slightly bent, and then taking hold of your fingers with your left hand, pulling it towards you as you breathe out. And just resting there. You don't have to keep your arm as high. It's a rest. It's a stretch for the wrist, so it can be in any position that feels right for you. So I'm just demonstrating also further down. Very good. And holding that for a couple of breaths. In our next breath in, we grow taller. And what we do is we simply twist the rotation. So now the left arm is on the top, the right hand is on the bottom, and it's pulling the fingers out towards us, stretching the left wrist. Very good, everyone. 2 more breaths here, breathing normally. In our next in breath again, grow taller. And all I want you to do is put your left fingers up, and now with your right hand, pull the fingers towards you. You're not looking to be very forceful with your hand. So for instance, if this is too much, you can try taking hold of them further down and just pulling them towards you for this stretch. And we're stretching not just the wrist, but also the hand and muscles on our forearm. 2 more breaths here. Breathing normally. In our next in-breath, grow taller and reverse that. So now the left hand is on the bottom, left fingers up, and the right fingers is on the top and looking up, and and the left hand is pulling back. 2 more breaths here. In our next breath in, grow taller. Breathing out, letting everything go, and fully shaking everything off and let go of everything as we are moving towards our legs. As we breathe in, grow longer. Bring your right leg to the front, straight, and pull your toes towards you, if that is available to you. And if that is too easy for you now, as you breathe out, relax here. And if it is too easy, see if you can even reach for your toes. What you're looking for is a nice stretch behind your leg, calf, and thigh. Just do what is available to you. You can use your hand, you cannot use your hand. You cannot lean forward. Go with what is available to you. 2 more breaths here. See if you can breathe into the sensations as we did with our body scan, but equally pull out at any time when you feel it is too strong for you. Next breath in, grow taller. And as you breathe out, roll yourself up, checking with yourself in the middle and setting your intention now for the left side. So again, from sitting, bring your left leg to the front straight. And as you breathe in, grow taller. Pull your left toes towards you. And as you breathe out, relax in this position. See how it feels. And if you need to make it stronger, start leaning forward or even reaching with your hand towards your toes. We'll stay here 2 more breaths. In your next breath in, grow yourself taller. And as you breathe out, let go of your toes. And slowly roll yourselves all the way up. Now the next movement, if you're doing it from standing, hold on somewhere for safety. It will be a lunging position. If you're doing it from sitting, we will start with the right side. So I will ask you to slide yourselves as much as you can on your seat to your right side. Hold on to something and bring your right leg to the back. So the top perhaps of the foot is on the floor, but even your toes, just do what is best for you and gives you the most balance. So you're still on a lunging position, but from sitting. So breathing and growing taller. And as you breathe out, bring your hands to your waist and your hips and see if you can push them forward. So we're leaning a little bit, but basically we're just bringing our hips forward. As we're breathing in again, we grow longer. And as we're breathing out, we see if we can bring our right leg more to the back. What you're hoping for is for a stretch here on the front of your thigh. One more breath here, breathing in and out normally. And in your next breath in, grow taller, grab for balance. And as you breathe out, start bringing your right leg to the front, coming to the middle position, taking what you need, and then we'll move on the left side. So slide to the left side, keeping the right leg well on the floor, everything in right ankles, hold for balance, and bring your left leg to the side for a seated lunge. And as we breathe in, we grow taller, and breathing out, bringing our hands to our waist, pushing our hips to the front. In our next breath in, again, we grow longer. And as you breathe out, see if you can bring your leg further to the back. One more breath here, breathing normally. And in our next breath in, we grow taller, hold for balance and safety, and bring our leg to the front to meet the other one and moving to the middle. Very good, everyone. Last stretch, bringing our, if that is available to you, bringing your right leg over your left leg, or if it is not available, you can do it perhaps from standing by bringing the top of your foot back like that. So from sitting like this, and just gently pulling our toes towards us. And then doing the reverse, pulling our toes towards our knee to feel a stretch here. A couple of more breaths here. And then changing sides. Pulling our toes away from our knee towards us. And then pushing our toes away from us towards our knee. Very good, everyone. You can come to the, and we have just done stretches for our entire body. Is everyone all right? If any issues, please let me know, unmute yourselves, speak out. On this instance, I'm going now to stop the recording so we can have a conversation if needed.